The
We're
Christmas crew
back.
is back.
Merry Christmas.
We're gonna
We
say
got
Merry
Christmas covered in the
Christmas quite
sea,
a few
the air,
times.
and the ground.
Yeah.
Grandma Pilot's back. Yes, yes, Sonny. I'll make you cookies in the kitchen, in the star kitchen.
Hello, everyone.
Come over. Hello.
Hello, John.
I'm never gonna run out of this ginormous hot cocoa. I'm gonna have
I
this
wonder
hot
if Apex will
chocolate
come and
forever.
share. Too funny.
I gave Apex one marshmallow.
Yes. Also, Lyndon, congrats on getting here first. And also, thank you for checking in Dad and Sailor. Woohoo!
Yeah.
Slowly getting them bags.
Yep. Slowly making TSA more and more pissed off with me.
When do you think they'll just refuse you from the plane?
Probably when Pilot's not a pilot anymore. Which would probably be never. I don't know.
Yes, you're always welcome on my plane. If it has to be just you and the rest is filled with only bags, I'll still take you. I feel like that's the situation with Jack right now. He has like 75 bags right now.
So funny.
He's moving his whole house.
One item in the bag each from the house.
Every item has its own suitcase.
Pretty much.
Okay.
Thanks for checking in, John, and also Shogun.
Let's see if Sturdy wants to play nice.
You a live game?
I think so.
Is it up on stream? I mean, it's a black screen right now. Oh, thank you for the kudu. Oh, it did not live. Okay.
Sad.
Alright, I'll just open it here. I got a little too confident with Stardew.
It's like, oh yeah, y'all guys have had months of it not being a butt. I am now going to be a butt.
Hi,
There
Kel.
we
Welcome
go.
in. Hope you're doing good.
Hello, Denshao. Welcome.
It's so early.
Okay, the farm is
It is.
alive.
Yes.
Wow, we've made over 1 million. Nice.
Yeah.
I'm still
We're
a
rich.
jester.
You're welcome.
You're welcome, John.
Oh, I was supposed to kill lava crabs apparently, but I didn't do that. Oh, we have the omelet thing for Gunther again. I don't remember anything. I don't know what I was doing. I'm just gonna go out into the world and see what happens.
The song.
This song is so funny.
Oh my god. Oh my god, there's so much stuff in here.
Haley says she helped feed all the animals for us, but I don't think that's our problem, Haley. But thank you. She tried her
She's
best.
trying her best.
It's mostly just because we haven't actually checked on the animals for like the whole season.
They'll be fine. They're self-sufficient. They're independent little
Yeah.
chickens.
There's so much like wool.
I have not been to the barn at all.
I've also not been to the barn in like 10 days. I need more cheese
Same.
makers.
Should we just give
I'll
Gunther
go.
void eggs?
I
'Cause
got
we
him
have
Oh,
14
nice.
void. Oh, okay. I was like, why do we not have any normal eggs? What happened to the chickens?
because I'm holding on to them to take them.
Hello, babies.
John's asking how your marriage's going, Pilot.
Oh,
How's the married
it's
life
going
been?
Great. Haley is so cute. We are so
Standing
happy.
outside in the cold.
She is. She's trying her best. Oh, I forgot to give her her coconut this morning. Haley.
So romantic. Oh my gosh.
I know. This is peak romance. Gets down on one knee. Have
Will
my
you take this
coconut.
Oh no.
Hello, thank you for the follow. Welcome, welcome.
Dang, it's hot out here. What? I
It's
respect that,
hot?
Haley. I
don't know,
don't
man.
agree, but I respect that, Haley.
Maybe she's the one that
Oh,
walks around in the cold in shorts.
yeah.
Oh, definitely.
Oh my gosh, I have too many friends who are like that.
My husband is like that.
Your husband. I fear
Tyler
these
isn't
people.
like
They're
that.
just too powerful. Tyler's just too powerful.
It's wild. Oh man. Damn.
Oh, it's
You're
because
gonna
I'm
have another
here. Take the
kid.
hit. Wow, Haley. It's hot because I'm here.
Damn.
Thank you.
Where's my girl?
Where does Perch? Is Perch a river
There she
fish?
is. Perch? I think you can catch it in the winter. I think there's like a fishing event soon.
I'm just trying to remember if it's the river or not.
Oh, yeah, I don't remember that. No clue. I can't. Your farm must be thriving. I mean, all the crops are dead right now, but I'd say it's thriving.
No. Those melons are growing quite nicely.
Oh yeah, except for the melons.
The Junimos ain't doing their job though.
Oh, do we have the Junimos?
Rito, hi.
They have the hut.
Hi,
Yeah.
Rito.
Welcome in.
I want to go check on the Junimos. Hold on. Oh, it's Sebastian's birthday,
Apparently.
if anybody cares about him.
He likes sashimi, I think. Maybe I'll make some for him.
Maybe I'll give him a fish.
Don't worry about Kent. Have a diamond. Oh. Don't have a diamond, I guess. Continue worrying about Kent.
Hmm?
I've gifted
Oh yeah,
her
anyone
twice
on my
already,
side?
apparently.
Let me know if the audio is off. Oh my gosh, this fish went crazy right off the bat. No, fish. Oh,
Did you guys
Oh, do
figure
you have
out
the
where the
audio?
perch is?
I don't know. I didn't care to actually
Oh,
look it up.
bean hotpot. Nice.
it's a river, I think.
River.
Also the
okay.
lake and the forest pond.
Oh.
So just not the
Everywhere.
ocean.
Okay. Not the
I needed to pass
mountain,
some
not
time
the
until gas
ocean,
opened.
anywhere else.
I'm not
I'm
staying
not
Sally. I
staying
have some
Sally.
studying and research to do. You'll have fun. Thank you, Ryudo.
Good luck, Rito.
Good luck.
So we can build a house for Pam. We can pay Robin like $1 million to build a house for Pam.
Really?
Hmm. I think she should have it as one of the things that she can do now.
Set your people follows Monarch. It's been a while.
Welcome in.
I hope you're doing well. I hope your long drives are good as always.
Don't you just love a good road trip? what is this rock candy supposed to do?
I was thinking of driving on a
Oh,
closed course today.
Nice.
What's a closed course? Like, they have specified, like, spaces so you can just keep driving?
Are you going down to the racetrack? 'Cause that's cool.
Yes, hello, Sovik! My friends are
Hello.
awesome.
hello, hello.
Like a track. Oh,
Have fun.
this is wild. Come on, little guy.
Doo, 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 doo.
Winter Elf is really cute too, with his little blue hat. He just passed me. I was like, oh, who's that? Tulip and who? This is Sailor. Sailor is
Yeah,
awesome. You
I
should
am
definitely
the
follow Sailor
sailor.
too. Yeah. So we have two modes of transportation covered over here.
Pretty much everything covered, just about.
We
You guys
basically have
can
the
trust me
land
with the
transportation
driving.
too.
Don't worry about it. I can drive. You've seen me drive.
Oh man, that's funny. I kind of forgotten about that whenever I was doing my planning stuff.
Taylor. Well, I don't think Sailor would mind if you called her Taylor, but I think it's Sailor.
Close enough. It is
Close
sailor.
enough.
You guys think I can run into Demetrius at this hour?
I don't know.
His house is my house. We're friends. It's fine. Let me in.
Mhm.
Where are they? Is he not home?
Nah,
Oh,
not like
he's
Taylor
not
Swift.
home.
It's a bit of a play on words of Sailor Moon, I guess. Even though I didn't like the show as a kid.
Your husband.
There's so
Oh,
much
I don't
stuff
know
in my
where this guy
inventory.
is. I wish there was a way to like see the characters on the map or something.
Yeah, I wish we could too.
I have
Little
no
Known
clue where
Galaxy
this guy
actually does
is.
that.
He down here?
Do, 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 do.
Oh, I forgot about Krobus. Hold on. I gotta give his daily mayo slash moisturizer.
I feel like you're extremely successful at romancing Krobus, and he should definitely be a
Just bring him
romantic
to the
interest.
farm. And I'm just like, that sounds gross.
Now I have two hats. I forgot to turn these off.
Oh, we don't have a thing.
No, 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 no,
Hat.
no.
I think I'm gonna start storing this
There we
coffee in
go.
my house.
Thank you for the extra hat.
It
Oh, I
fit
think I
too.
forgot to turn down my pudding cat redeem. Hold on. Let me check that when I put
Oops.
my
Pudding
character
cat,
to bed.
pudding cat.
I turned it off last time because I had it on my head already. But I don't think I turned it back on.
Mm.
Hold on. Let's see.
Thank you for the googly eyes too, Shogun.
Oh yeah, there we go. Now we have cat pudding.
Nice.
Thank you for the jumping jack spawner. I will do this right now. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Woo!
I have
Oh, I
so much
forgot the
stuff in my
pin.
inventory.
Oh, the googly eyes are wild.
I love the
I'm
googly
staring.
eyes.
Yeah, I'm staring into your soul. I'm watching you as you sleep with these.
Basically. Please don't. Or just make sure I don't wake up. It is now 1:10.
The trees that I planted for Ginger Island have not grown yet. So I don't know if we can get enough wood today. We'll see.
I don't think I'll make it home. I got distracted and made a pin message and forgot what time it is.
Yeah, I was even like, it's nope.
Whoops.
Well,
It happens. It happens.
this is just how the farm life is.
Yep.
That's just life down here in the valley.
Yeah, I love having mysterious forces just completely knock me out at 2 a.m.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let me sort out my inventory because this is getting out of hand a little bit. These are so funny to me. What if I just planted them all wrong so none of them ever grow and then we have to dig back out 300 seeds?
Some of them will grow. They just take forever.
Oh, we moved these. I forgot.
2 a.m.
Oh
is
yeah.
2 in the afternoon for me. We have such a big time difference.
I did forget that. I need to put those in there. Oops.
Where are we putting the mushrooms and where are we putting the cooked foods?
The cooked foods can go in your house, and there is a dehydrator over on the side of the shed. The mushrooms can go into that
Oh,
chest if
here.
you want.
Okay. We have fish in here.
Because
Sure.
there's the smokers too.
Oh. You're great at organizing. Oh no, wait, give that to me. Okay, there we go.
Make some more
In
cheese
there.
presses.
I'll put the row here. Oh.
Oh, I mean it as I work third, so I'm up all night. Oh, right. I think I did know that. At one point.
Candy. Okay.
I need to go find this ancient doll somewhere.
I'm very curious what that thing is that you've been talking about, Sailor.
If I can get a hold of it, you will be handed the item that you need to get it. It's just a question of getting a hold of it.
Oh. Hello, Violet.
Hello! I am yet again down here searching for perch.
You didn't get
That
them
was just a
yesterday?
thing. That was just a
Oh.
thing on the like community request bulletin board that I saw.
Yeah.
I was just
Yeah.
using it to like pass some time, and I never got it
Same.
either.
I completed it, but I
I was
gotta
surprised
find
there's...
Demetrius for it. I didn't
Well,
find
I'm
him
up here digging up
yesterday.
their backyard, so I'll let you know if I see him.
I'm coming up there. Let me see if he's home. Oh, what's the new quest? Oh, that is not what I want to look at. Now Willie's paying for anyone who catches 4 perch.
Yeah. There's 2 perch quests in a row.
Wow.
Hi, Evelyn. Hi, Elliot. Okay, where is Demetrius? Is the question. Hello, Sailor.
So I've moved to the front yard now.
Here he is. Hello, sir. Thank you.
They're gonna love their new landscaping.
Oh, yeah. Robin will walk out and she'll be like, oh my gosh, that is so pretty. Thank you so much, Sailor. We could never repay you.
Prime. I was taught by Link, the best grass cutter in the entire gaming universe.
I'm all caffeinated and Red Bull, gonna go places. As always, enjoyed returning back here later, pilot. Okay, sounds good. If you're going to the course, have fun. If you're doing something else, also have fun. It was good seeing you.
Yeah. And be safe on the course.
Mhm.
Come on,
And just
fishies.
digging up Robin's front and backyard gives me 11 snow yams.
Nice.
Nice.
Maybe you committed to that outfit.
I am
I
committed.
barely recognize you as you walk. I was like, who is that?
That's just me.
If you can't recognize who somebody is, it's most probably me.
You are the one with the crazy amount of clothes.
Oh, I love that sewing machine.
It's so good.
I'm glad we have like a million pieces of fabric to use too.
Oh, I should try a perch like outfit. I've never put perch on there.
Perch. You gotta be a perch to attract the other perch. Make your mating call in the water and they'll come straight to you.
Is it the whoop, whoop, whoop? Is that what it is?
Exactly. Exactly.
I'm just imagining like a freaking what is it? A goldfish doing the mouth thing.
Oh, yeah.
Insane.
Oh my gosh. You said you've never played Need for Speed, right, Sailor? You don't own any of the Need for Speeds?
I don't own any of them. I played Hot Pursuit when I was young
Oh,
for like a little bit, and I did play a little bit of
Oops.
Heat because Tyler has that, but I don't really care for it.
yeah. I got the the new one. It's not new, but like, it's the latest one. And I didn't have it. Unbound. The
Yeah,
customization is so fun. They added like special effects, which is pretty cool. It's like a good mix of cartoony and actual realistic,
yeah,
cars and stuff. I really like it. The style
nice.
is
I'll have to check it
very
out.
cool. I think they're adding like motorcycles question mark with an update,
Interesting.
but I'm not entirely sure.
Interesting.
Very interesting.
They have motorcycles in Burnout Paradise Remastered too, which was a little odd to me because like you can't even do the crashes with the motorcycles. Like it just like goes black and then comes back basically.
Yeah.
They don't do it. They don't animate it.
I don't know how like a motorcycle would work, especially since there's like co-op, so you could be going against cars. I don't know how it's gonna work, but I think it's gonna be a thing.
Yeah. We'll have to see.
Oh my gosh, what are you? I want to catch you. You're hard to catch. I want to catch you. Is that a sailor I see?
Yeah.
Help me. No, 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 no. I want this fish. I very badly want this fish. I don't want to miss this fish. Oh my gosh.
I don't remember. There's some words that sound like that, and I can't remember what the song is. Some old song.
Oh, 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 oh. What did I catch? I got a lingcod. That was too hard for
Those
a
are so
lingcod.
hard.
I caught
Yeah.
one yesterday and it wasn't that hard. Like, it was hard, but it wasn't this hard. Oh, you're just sitting there? Okay.
I just lost the Lin card.
One more perch. I want that chest, but in order to get the chest, I also need to get you fish, okay? There you go. Oh, shows what fish is on the line before it's caught.
Oh, you got the sonar barber?
Interesting.
That's pretty good.
Let me try it. I've never tried this one.
It is quite
Thanks for
good.
the follow.
Hey, where do I
Thanks
see?
for the googly
Oh,
eyes,
that's where
Misty.
I see it. We just have a stream of googly eyes. The entire stream.
That would be
Basically.
amazing. Oranges. Oranges are so good. I just bought a giant bag of like oranges at Costco,
Mm.
and now I have to finish it by myself. But they're so good. I don't know how my dad does it, but like growing up, he always like peeled it. But like I don't know, I can't peel it. I just cut it into like fourths and then eat it like that.
Uh,
He like peeled it without cutting like any part of it.
Yeah, I think he just did it with his hand, which is honestly kind of amazing.
yeah, you can get like your nail through it because it's not like a super tough like crust
Yeah.
skin. So like if you can get your nail through it and stuff, you can generally like squeeze your like finger underneath in between the skin and the meat of the fruit
Mm-hmm.
and peel it off.
Yeah. It's
It
like
does. Mm,
hard though, and it gets all over my fingers, and I hate it. So
yeah.
I'm like spoiled by like clementines. I think they're just so easy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, we have a baby goat.
Baby
Baby
goat, baby goat.
goat.
There was an auto name of she.
She
It'd be she. Yeah.
just SHE.
Yep.
Oh, that's powerful. There were actually a Powerpuff Girls where the villain was just named him.
Yeah.
Our villain is
Squid
just named
Fest?
she.
There's a Squid Fest?
Oh
Squid
yeah,
Fest.
that's a thing now. I'm competitive. I gotta go there. Hold on. That's going on for 2 days.
Honestly, same.
Oh. Is it like
Uh
also we gotta catch as many squid as possible thing?
if you catch a squid, I think it gives you like a ticket and then you can take those tickets to the person there and they'll give you stuff in exchange for your ticket.
Like the derbies.
We're going in, boys.
Oh, this one's the one with the drawing of the squid.
Also, I picked up a tiara thinking I would like it, and I don't. So I'm just gonna put it in Mimi's house.
All the outfits are just in my house. If anybody
You have a
needs
tiara now.
outfits, they're all there.
Pretty much.
I don't remember the hours for squid, but I feel like there's specific hours for it. Oh yeah, there it is.
I mean, it's already started. Like, I got a notification that it had begun, so.
It goes through the entire day though. I don't think it like stops at any time. Even if like the fish isn't there, the thing is
Yeah.
still happening.
Yeah.
I don't really see a point in the Sonar Rover, like,
If you're hunting like a particular fish, then it
but
kind of
it
makes
doesn't
sense.
tell you before you like start reeling in the fish. It only tells you once you've actually caught the fish, which at that point,
It
not
should tell you
catching
while you're
it
reeling it
would
in.
waste time.
It should tell you why you're reeling it in. That's weird.
No, I mean like I wish it told you when it like says, you know how it like does that little audio thingy and then it says catch or like the
Mm.
exclamation mark. I
Yeah.
wish it told you what fish it was there or like before that. Because
Mm.
once you start reeling it in, then there's not really a point because you're already catching the fish.
Yeah. That makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Emily was booking it.
I really wanted those squids.
Yeah. It tells you what fish, but she's saying if it'd be better for her if it told her before she started reeling it in.
Yeah, because once
So
I'm
she could
reeling
basically
it in,
choose.
there's not really a point. Yeah. If it told me before I started reeling it in, I could be like, oh, okay, cancel, cast a new line, and then just
Yeah.
not waste time catching that other fish.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have any bait on this rod whatsoever. And Willie is not in his house for me to go buy it.
Oh, I need to talk to Willie. Hold on. Catch this fish and then talk to Willie. He's gonna give me money.
Mm, basically.
There we go. I feel like squid is like a afternoon, evening fish, if I'm
The
not
first thing I
mistaken.
caught was a squid, and then I've never caught one
Oh,
since.
okay, then we can get a
Yeah.
squid.
I'm pretty sure I have a squid on the line too, right now.
Okay, nice.
Yeah, I get that. We waste so much energy on fish, and they turn out to be anchovies or something. Oh my gosh, yes. I relate to that so much.
Or maybe this is a super cucumber, I don't know. I
I think
lost it.
super
Great.
cucumbers are slightly more annoying.
That one wouldn't let me catch it.
Why is nothing biting? Hello?
Let me catch you! was a squid.
No, don't catch the fish. Okay.
I like how we all like dropped everything to fish.
Fish is more
Classy.
important right now.
Oh,
Oh, welcome in, Raiders.
welcome in, Raiders!
Welcome.
Hello, hello! Sky! Long time no see! Oh my gosh, are you the reason that we have a raid? Hello, everyone! Gotta go, got food. Have some good times at the food eating. Hello, Sky sent me. Hello, Benny! I'm Pilot. I'm a VTuber. Like Sky is too. It's nice to meet you. What game were you playing? Hold on, let me give you a shout out really quick. I appreciate the raid. You're playing Valorant. Who do you main in Valorant? I love Valorant. Well, I have like the... No, I mostly love it. I don't play ranked, so I I mostly love it. Hi, nice to meet you. We're playing Minecraft and Valo. Oh, two very good games. Benny plays everyone. All I see. Thanks for the follow. Are you also a VTuber like Sky is?
Hello, my bot is yelling at you again.
Oh my god.
Oh.
Yeah. Thanks for the follow. SMS Space Cat VTuber. Wait, that's so cool. I
Ooh.
love
Space cat?
space concepts.
Cat?
Space
Space
cat concepts? Yeah. Even
That's the
better.
one thing we don't have covered. We've got land, sea, air. We just don't have space.
We
So
don't have
true.
space. Oh, I missed that catch.
Hi, Twilight. Hope you've been doing good.
Hello, hello.
Oh, I'm doing good.
Pilot and everyone. Yeah, we're good.
I spent the past 2 days only playing Marvel Rivals and doing nothing else.
And now we're just fishing.
Yes.
Mhm.
And nothing
What a
else.
change of pace.
Yeah.
Who do you play in Marvel Rivals, Mimi?
Oh, I haven't picked anyone specific yet. I'm enjoying like several of the characters. I really like Penny though, Penny Parker. I like Scarlet Witch, Jeff, and then Storm. Those are like
My
my
name's
current
Jeff.
favorites.
Oh,
I'm still like
I've
trying out all the
only...
characters.
Yeah, I need to try out all the characters, but I'm like disproportionately like attached to Psylocke for some reason. I've only played her
Ew.
so far.
She's fun though. I tried her out today. She was very fun.
Yeah, I like her a lot. Glad I got this catch a stream after a while. Yeah, long time no see. Glad to see you. Storm is great.
I love Storm. I can't play her, but I will still play her. Um, I will get better eventually at some point, hopefully.
The way it goes sometimes, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
Finally, a squid.
They're a little annoying to catch.
Oh, this one was very chill. None of them just bit. Oh, wait. This is my second squid? When did I catch the
I guess
first
so.
squid?
A while ago.
How's Stardew? Stardew is great. It's so chill. We've just been fishing the whole time since we started, basically.
I've
Yeah.
completely zoned out while fishing, apparently. I was not aware of having caught a squid.
Yeah.
I was like, why is there no
And we're here for
squid?
Squid
What the daily goal is? Because I also only have 2 squids.
I got 3.
I have
Man,
the
Nice.
just people
third
up.
one just now. But I didn't
Oh,
talk to the
nice.
guy at the counter, so I don't know what they want.
Me neither.
Yes. No, 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 don't catch the fish. Okay.
Well, we
Now you
got
can catch.
silver for us that got
Probably 5 for
gold
gold.
and 8 for iridium. Yeah.
Squid doesn't bite that often, though. I don't know how you'd get 8.
Specific bait.
Okay, yeah, it's too late. Come on, we're going.
Hand a
Uh,
squid to whoever's walking past you in town, like, here, I just caught this. Fresh. Fresh and slimy.
move out of my way. I gotta go to bed.
Oh shoot, I gotta go to bed too. Again, it's really lovely to meet you, but I had to excuse myself to dinner. Oh yeah, totally. Yeah, feel free to raid and run. We definitely don't need, like, we definitely don't want to trap you here. But I really, really appreciate the raid, and it was really nice to meet you. Oh, run, run, run,
Yeah.
run, run! Run, 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 run! Run,
Run, Forest, run!
run, run!
I ditched Krobus and Leah today for squid. I have priorities. My priorities are squid.
Oh my god, real man. Maybe I'll make it into Mimi's house. I can only hope and wish.
Pilot did not
I
make
died on
it.
the farm! I got on the farm. That has to count for something. Blindness found me last time and I think there was only money taken. That was nice.
You know, I don't see him as a person to take money.
I think somebody
Maybe
else
someone
takes
else.
your money, yeah. And he's like, oh, don't
It's
just pass
probably
out. That's
Harvey.
dangerous. Don't do that. And you're like, oh,
That's true.
sorry.
It's
Alright.
probably Harvey.
Harvey! So true. Found you face down in the
Oh,
mud during my 3 a.m. sweep. Oh, Marlin found me, and they didn't mention any money or or things being lost. So I think I'm just getting super lucky right now.
Willie wants us to catch a Lynn cod.
I just
And Mimi,
caught.
like,
Oh
just
my
caught one.
gosh. I caught
Oh no.
multiple.
You know what? How many did you catch? Or did you
Like,
sell them?
I sold all of them. I was too lazy to go to the chest, so I just put everything into the bin.
I think
Damn.
I put 2 in the chest, perhaps. Let me double check. No, I just have 1 in the chest.
Slime hunter to slay 8 red slimes in the deep lava caverns of the local mine. I'll give you a ticket for it. Yes, I like tickets. Ah! Okay.
By the way, volume is a little louder than yours. Oh, hold on. Let me turn that down.
Hold on, I could do
Hopefully
the
that's better.
slingshot thing later. Let me
Thank you,
do
Twilight.
the mines first. I'm going to the mines. Does anybody need anything from the mines?
Iridium.
I
Or
don't
if you
think
find an
I'll
ancient
find
doll.
iridium, but we'll see.
Much better now. Thank you. Thank you for letting me know.
There's a Lindcott in here.
Yeah.
There's one.
Mm.
There's some very random stuff in my inventory.
Start giving people coffee again as I drink it. Haley, do you like coffee? Here. Apparently you like coffee. Cool.
Hey, farm time. No, not farm time. Mine time. Oh. Oh, whoops.
Plant thinks coffee is a fun
Oh.
gift.
While I'm here already, let me... Hello.
Thanks, this is great.
Thanks for the hydrate. I'll do that right now, Twilight.
Thank you for the stretch. And the hydrate.
Am I just now getting the boat cutscene?
Boat cutscene?
What boat?
Where he shows us the boat he's trying to fix?
Oh, yeah, that's
Oh
been
no,
a
there's crabs
while.
everywhere. There's crabs everywhere. Never mind. Willie, you got crabs. I'm sad. I'm disappointed with you, boy.
Oh.
Does anybody remember where the lava levels are?
Level 100?
Let's
I know
see.
that's where you can throw
Yes.
something into lava.
You were right. This is the one with the lava pool. You can fish here. Okay.
That's where I need to chuck an ancient doll.
You need to chuck a what?
An ancient doll into it.
Oh, I might have found one while fishing. I'll have to double
Oh?
check. I think I might have put it in like my chest.
Okay.
Wait, I'm very excited about this. This sounds very interesting.
Willie, where the hell did you go?
Oh, I forgot that the squid thing is still going on. Well,
I don't want to
I
offer
was
it to Pilot. I want
promised
to
a
give it to
ticket.
Pam. She doesn't get coffee.
I think the one thing that I might upgrade is my pickaxe, just because I'm impatient and it takes
Mimi
way
gave
too long.
I got a cutscene with Sam. It's his band. Can I get in his room now? Nice.
Hey, nice.
Do you like coffee? Yeah, you do. Hell yeah. I'm gonna give this to your buddy too, right in front of you.
Oh wait,
I'll be back for you.
we're just infiltrating that entire family.
Me and you.
Yeah.
Kent fucking adopted you, and then I'm like, give me your child, your firstborn. I would like to take their hand in marriage.
It's infested. Nuh-uh. Leave. Okay. Let's
Thank you
go
again for the
to...
googly eyes.
I love the googly eyes. Please
Thank
continue the
you.
googly eyes. I support this cause. I really like the googly eyes on the tiny pilot model.
Wow, I can get into so many people's rooms now, and I
So
just never
silly.
realized it.
A
I
lot
can
of
get
people
into
really like us for some reason.
the tea room.
Oh, the
I
tea
think
room!
Caroline's the tea person, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. I didn't
There's
even realize that.
slimes. Oh yeah, there are slimes. Move out of my way. I don't care about you. Oh my gosh. I'm sorry. No, I'm sorry.
Uh-oh. It sounds like we got karma. I don't know what happened, but at first I hear move out of the way. I don't care about you, and then suddenly, oh no, I'm sorry.
I am not good enough friends with Alex to go in his room. His door is wide freaking open.
Well, they're not good enough friends.
Apparently. I just have to stare at him through the doorway.
Just yell at him through the door.
Do you want this coffee? You know what? I think this is what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna make a ton of coffee, and then I'm just gonna run around town 2 days a week. I've literally given out a total of like 19 coffees. I had 20 on me. I have one left, and I'm like, did I miss someone? Besides a child? I think I actually missed Penny. Because I did not find her.
Oh gosh, I have a lot on me now.
I'm getting
Let's
so many
see.
cutscenes too, and I'm just skipping through them.
Cutscenes are hard to actually look at in co-op because it just like wastes the entire day and then you can't make it back home. And then you pass out
Yeah.
because Penny wanted to tell you something. Should I put everything that I got in the mines into the chest next to the crafting bench thing or in the shed?
You can put them in the next to the crafting bench.
Okay.
I can go through them later. Also, if you needed a diamond, there's a diamond ready to be plucked.
I think I have enough diamonds right now. We have artichoke seeds for fall. We have a lot of farm totems, like warp totems to the farm.
Yeah. We probably should start using them. What was
I
I gonna
don't
do?
think
I
I've
can't
ever
remember.
used them.
They're really great, to be honest. I can't remember what I was gonna do. Oh, I was gonna check Pilot's box.
Oh yeah, with the ancient doll.
Yeah, you did find one. Thank you.
Nice.
I'm
I didn't
very
like that.
excited about that.
Same. I'm like, I must sleep now. I must get thing.
Yeah. First thing tomorrow morning.
Yep.
Yeah, I want to see too. I forget what this part is. Or maybe I just never saw it before.
I don't think I've
Maybe, I
ever
don't know.
seen it. Very
Stardew did a
exciting.
collab with another game dev of a very popular game that is on my banned list for reasons. And they put a thing in both games. I think they're maybe named a little bit different, or they're named exactly the same thing. But we have to go get a thing and then take it to the wizard's hut. Little tower thing and put it in a
Oh, I
spot.
forgot I was gonna check the Junimos.
You can actually change the color of the Junimo hut with materials. I
Really?
don't know, it's kind of weird.
That's so
Yeah,
cute.
I saw
I
that on
wanna go
TikTok too,
check
because
on him.
TikTok's like, Stardew. Okay. Let's go.
There's a
Try like
recipe for
merchant.
lobster bisque.
Oh, let me get the recipe.
I tried lobster bisque one time, didn't like it.
I've never tried any kind of lobster, but I don't think I'd like it because I don't really like seafood.
That makes
I
sense.
got the tea sapling. How do you make the tea sapling?
Ooh. Oh, I like putting that in the little pot that Evelyn gave us, like in my house, I think.
Wild seeds, fiber, and wood.
Ooh, what is this? Oh!
It's a computer.
Oh!
We have a computer?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I made it so that I could actually, like, check on the greenhouse without having to go into the greenhouse.
That's
Smart.
useful.
I hope this works.
I want to come with you, Sailor. I want to see this thing happening live. Are you in the mine?
Oh yeah, me too.
In the mines, level 100.
Okay.
I shall
Mine's
wait.
level 100. Oh, you're throwing the doll in the Oh, wait, that reminds me of I think I know what game you're talking about now. I finally understand the conversation.
I'm trying to make sure that I actually do this correctly.
We just
I'm
throw it
gonna
in
have my
there and
sword out.
nothing happens. Have your sword out!
Right clicking.
I'm gonna move
Have your
back
sword
here.
out, get ready. Knowing the lore I know of that game that it probably collabed with for this moment.
Yeah.
Have your
I did
sword
get
out.
it. Okay. Mimi.
Oh, what is that thing?
Oh, I can't offer it to you. Oh my god. I was gonna offer it to you. I should have given you
Oh,
the doll. It's fine. Okay. To the wizard.
the wonderful Wizard of Oz.
The bus stop's probably closer, I guess. I don't know.
It looks like a giant emerald.
Have you ever played Terraria, Mimi?
Oh, for like an hour.
Okay, you wouldn't know it enough then, because you get far enough into the game and you
Yeah.
can start making basically like teleportation things. And they look like this. They're these giant gemstones that you just like basically teleport to in different biomes. You have to make the people happy in order to get them. And Terraria collabed with Stardew in order to make a special weapon. And I really hope you'll be able to see the cutscene because it's cute. If you don't, I'm gonna be sad.
Let's hope it gives this to all of us.
I hope I can get down here.
Yeah, we can
I
go
don't.
down there. I've been down there.
He doesn't
Oh.
like me enough.
Oh, he doesn't like me enough either.
Oh, hold on. But I've been there. Hold on. I know how to get there. Come with me. Hold on.
Through the witch hut.
Yeah.
The witch hut.
The witch hut.
Off to the witch hut we go. I hope the thing's there.
You know, that reminds me more of like the Sims 4
Yeah.
thing than actual Terraria. Like I had to stare at it and I was like, what is that?
She has a red fez. Sure, I'll pick that up.
Hello. Bye bye.
Doom, 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 doom. I'm gonna change that song one day. Do I just run faster than you guys?
Oh, did you drink coffee?
No.
Then yeah, you just run faster than us.
I think it's the book. The Way of the Wind book from the
Oh.
bookseller. It really gives me that much of a running boost? Dang. Us going through all of the efforts to get into the wizard's little room.
We're on a whole journey.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. Okay. So this song was just weird to me when we came down here the first time, and I figured out what it was for.
Oh! They were
Oh,
disappeared!
you disappeared.
Oh, oh no! It doesn't show you the cutscene.
A receptacle of unknown origins.
We're gonna have to find more ancient dolls.
Yeah.
Oh, the wizard's pissed. The wizard is so mad.
Hello! You told us not to go down there, but we can go down there pretty easily. How are
I
you
have the
doing?
thing. It's called the Meow Mirror.
The meow mirror?
Yeah,
Meow.
it's got a
Oh
cat
my
hilt.
gosh.
So what
Oh
happens
my
is it opens a
God.
portal and it shows Terraria, and then here comes this like Terraria cat out of the portal to give you the Meow Mirror.
Oh my
And
gosh,
both
I love
games have it in
that.
here. You can get this in Terraria too, and it shows Stardew through the portal.
Oh,
It's
whoops.
great.
Sorry. Oh, I love that.
It's so great. It's
That's so
so great.
cute. That's
I don't
so
even know how
cute.
powerful it is. It's not as good as the Galaxy Sword.
I don't care. It's cute.
It's heavier and it hits not as hard. I could probably
Oh,
put it in a
what are you
chest and give it
doing
to you.
here?
You coming to
Hello.
come see your dad?
Oh, okay. I'm not. I'm not gonna talk about that. Bye bye.
Well, I mean, uh, what else does she have?
Retro
Oh,
catalog
where are
is
you?
it's so expensive. But I'd never
We
seen
get
that
there.
before. That's
We
so
What
get there.
cool.
catalog?
A
A
retro
retro.
catalog. With,
Oh, the
I
baby.
assume,
Does it
retro
give you
furniture.
furniture?
Did you ever see where
Oh.
the baby's popping out here?
Wait, there's another.
Oh,
There's
what?
another
They had
baby.
their baby.
They had
It
a
says, "You're a good
baby.
friend, Bobo. Now we can have another."
They're gonna have
Oh
3
my goodness!
babies.
They're so
Oh
cute.
my gosh. I love them. Wait, I want
And
to see
Gold
what
Lewis
this
is still there.
catalog is about. The crow hasn't stolen it back yet. Oh. The retro catalog does look really cool. I want that eventually. I want all the catalogs. wonder if I have to keep talking to Leah for the bar to not get lower.
I don't know.
I think, yeah, I think you have to because if you go too long without talking to them, it goes down. If that's what you're asking.
That happens if it's like not at 10 hearts, but I don't know
Yeah.
if like because I know that if you're married to them, it doesn't matter if it's at 10 hearts. It still goes down. But I don't know if it goes down when you're dating them.
Mhm.
That's a good question. I don't know either. I think it I think it should lock. I don't know though, for sure.
Hi, Daddy. Oh, hi, Kent. Oh, that's not Kent. That's Sam. Hi, Sam. Where is Kent? Here's Kent. I wonder what he likes.
Who?
And
He likes coffee.
likes coffee? Okay. Here you go. Okay, now where is Leah?
What are the hours for a Lingcod? There might be in your house. I don't know though.
She wasn't in her house, but I don't know if I can find her here either. Oh no, I forgot to talk to Lewis for my reward. It's too late now. Arnie, can you call Lewis over? I need him. Oh! I can go into his house!
Nice.
Wait, when does his house get locked? Does it just never get locked?
It should lock at like 8 or 9.
It's 10. I'm not complaining, okay. Can I go into his room? I can. What do you have in your room? Oh, okay. I did not want to see that. Never mind. I will leave.
Oh, what happened?
Uh,
He has a very special letter in his room.
oh, Barney.
Yes, from a M
Uh,
of sorts.
great.
Okay, let me see if friendship continues to go down.
It's midnight, by the way.
Oh, thank you. I just got 2 Lingcods, so we should be set now.
Yeah. I turned mine in.
Nice.
Some dino nuggies. Yes, I do have dino-shaped nuggets in the house.
That sounds amazing right now. I'm all about those too. I'm in support.
It looks like I don't have to talk to her every day. We'll see.
I don't know, but I'm gonna go on to a coffee running spree again. Maybe I find another ancient doll. I did put the Meow Mirror in the pink chest because I'm not going to use it. So if you want it, you can have it. But I'll still
Hello.
get another ancient doll so you can see the
Hi.
cutscene.
Bye
If I
bye.
can find them.
Bye bye. I put a link card in your chest for you.
Thank the meow mirror is so cute.
It is great.
Oh,
It's so
oh
great.
my god. I'm stealing that. Okay.
You are welcome to have it. A gift because I screwed up. The cutscene is great. And he was so mad. He was like, "Get the heck out of my basement. You're not supposed to touch that." No. I will touch whatever I want.
Oh, the Junimo hut. Oh, it looks like it
Did you
has a
remember?
door.
It does? It's I don't know, it's weird. I think it's different during
Maybe
winter. I
they
think they're
don't
like
work during the winter.
that's the thing that I can think of.
I guess we'll see when spring rolls around. Maybe we just got a lazy bunch.
Maybe. I don't know how big their range is either.
Ooh, I don't know about that either. Do, 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 do.
Am I good enough friends with you? No.
No. Some people like really like me for absolutely no reason, but then some of them just don't care about me. I don't know how that
Yeah.
happened.
Haley gives zero craps. Sebastian doesn't care.
There you go.
I've never gone back to see Krobus. Ever.
Oh, you walk past him every day.
I guess. Alright. We have 2 new community challenges. We have Cave Patrol for uh slaying 50 skeletons. And then Demetrius wants us to catch some fish in the river.
That's fish or what?
50 skeletons.
Well, I'm okay with both.
I'm also okay with either of them.
Have a good dinner, John. I won't explode. I'll try not to.
Have a
I
good
won't explode as
meal.
long as Sailor doesn't put down a bomb.
I will try to warn you guys. Do you want to do skeletons?
That
Sure.
We
sounds
can do
good to me.
something different.
It's been a while since we've been to the mines.
To the skull cavern, yeah. I don't think we have that many um things left anyways.
Also, Penny's
Uh,
little community quest is cave carrots, and I think we might have a lot of those.
The
we
night market is here,
should.
by the way.
I don't
Ooh,
know
I
where our
want to
cave
get the
carrots are.
fish from the night market. I don't
The
know where they
cave
are either,
carrot?
but they're somewhere.
They might be in a fridge.
Oh, you're right. Okay. I think I did use that for a recipe.
Wish there was a way to like combine all the fridges so that we
Yeah,
have one ginormous fridge instead of a lot of
there's a
tiny
mod.
fridges.
Oh, we do have 54 cave carrots in Mimi's
Marty, where are
fridge.
you going? Why are you running, Marty? She was
She's got a
running so
place to
fast.
be.
Like she ran behind Haley and Emily's house.
Oh, is she doing
Hello.
something sneaky? Hello.
I mean, after that letter, I would
Lewis.
expect anything from
Apparently.
her.
Where'd Penny be? The museum? I think I never go to the museum.
She might be at her house. Actually, that's where I last saw her.
Oh, okay.
Oh, whoops.
I am too close to the museum, so I'm just gonna check real quick. And she's not here. Boop, boop, boop. Penny's house.
Oh, I have a singular cave carrot in my chest for some reason. Huh. Okay.
Oh, I can go into Harvey's room. I've never been in Harvey's room.
I don't even remember where his room is. Is it under the clinic?
It's like on top of the clinic. He has the smallest
Uh,
kitchen.
oh, whoops. He has a whole house?
Yeah, like he has like a basically like a 2-room place. He's got the kitchen and then he's
Oh.
got the living space, the bed space, and his, I guess, office space in the same room.
I'm very close to 10 hearts with Krobus.
Oh
That
my
void
gosh.
mayonnaise.
Yeah. I hope he tells you all the lore.
Did
All
you
his
see
like acting
Penny?
gigs. Yeah, she's in her house. She's in her house. She's sitting on her
I forgot
couch.
where she lives. Hold on.
Oh,
In the
right here,
trailer.
Mimi. This one. I'm standing in front.
Oh, I
We
have
need
a
to build
cutscene
Penny a
with
new house.
Pam.
Same. I like never go in there.
Why does Pam like me?
Pam wants me too, and I do not remember why. Is it because we gave her pale ale? Finish all
I don't
those.
know.
Shane, that's so sad. The world is not scrutinizing you like a disgusting insect.
What?
I just talked to him for like the first time since I got married, and he was like, "Do you ever feel like the world is
Oh.
scrutinizing you like a disgusting insect?" I was like, "Shane, oh no."
How far upgraded is your house, Mimi?
Uh, a room and a kitchen.
I think we need 2 more upgrades and then we can build Pam a house.
Ooh, the night market. Can I have my free coffee, please? I'm gonna give this to Kent. Thank you. Does anybody want to go down with the submarine?
Go ahead. I'm too far.
Okay.
Billy went to the bus stop.
There's a cute couch.
50. Okay, we got this.
Hello. I want to descend into the sea.
Jazz just hates me because I never know what to give her.
No. Did you give her coffee?
I did. I don't know what that child likes. I don't.
I feel like
I
she's
wouldn't
really hard.
expect her to like coffee.
All I remember is she likes pink cake. That's the only thing,
Ugh,
but that's so
the
hard to
only thing
get.
she freaking likes.
That's the only thing I remember. And
What
I don't
the
know
heck? I
if
can't
that's a
see the bar. Oh no. I can't see the fishing bar.
Oh
Oh
no.
no!
Oh my gosh. Oh, I caught it. Okay, let's fish over here.
Hmm. We can get a stone frog.
That sounds cute. I'm down.
Or a gravestone.
We have a stone frog? Question mark. I don't
There's
know. I
also a
might be
cone hat.
mixing up my saves.
Another.
Why do I keep catching the squid? I need the other variants too.
There's no one at the bar.
Everybody's down by the ocean.
Yeah.
Oh, I should have taken a farm teleportation thingy.
You can pay
A warp
250 to
totem.
the.
Yeah, but we
There's a
have
person
like
that'll work
30
you.
at home.
True. It's fine.
I wonder if I can use it when I'm in the submarine.
I don't know.
Oh, I think this is a blubfish. Yep. I might have all of them now. I'm not sure. There's a midnight squid. There is the spookfish. There's the blubfish. There's the midnight carp, but you can get that at the witch's hut, I think. I have that already. I don't think there's anything else.
I don't know. I think that is most of it.
Okay, I'll go home for today, and then if that's not all, we'll come back tomorrow.
So much coffee. Oh, it's 1 in the morning.
Ah.
There's a
Hello,
warp.
shady looking person. I don't know where I am. Oh, okay. Hi, you guys look lonely. Let me just join you.
Squeeze on in.
Not opposed. 3 girls in a
Should one.
bed? Yeah.
That's fine. Just
Haley.
more warmth.
Your name is Mimi, right? I'm glad you know my name now that...
Wow! She lives on your farm and she's like, your name is Mimi, right?
There is a thing on TV about fish.
Gosh. Oh, fish? Good morning, Jack. Hello.
Morning, Jack.
Morning,
Thanks for
Jack.
stopping by my sunroom.
I saw you guys played 10 hours of Marvel Rivals last night, and that's
They played a
wild.
lot of Marvel Rivals.
Insane.
Thanks for checking in.
I've played a lot too, but they've played like an insane amount of Marvel
They've already
Rivals.
played like over 24 hours straight.
They've
This
played
game
a
has only been out for
lot.
like 2 days.
They
Yeah.
probably have like 30 hours on it now. Like, or maybe even more than 30 hours.
I think you're
Yeah.
underestimating them on that.
On stream, it's 25, so it's at least 30, I think,
Yes,
for sure.
36 hours.
Wow.
36?
I expected it to be more.
There, it can't be more. It's been out for 2 days.
48 hours would be
Mm.
the maximum.
What is this? I don't care about that. No, shut up. I know all of this stuff. It's on the wiki.
I want another.
To the max.
Do I sell all of this midnight stuff and the blobfish, or do we keep them?
It's up to
I can-
you.
I
I
can
like
put it in the
keeping one as
thing.
a souvenir, but money's always good.
We
I
could
think
put them
there
in
might be
the
2 more.
fish ponds.
Wait, that's a good idea. Hold
Oh.
on.
A blobfish in the fish pond? I
Mhm.
don't think I've ever done that. I'm curious what they ask for.
I need to make another fish pond.
Do the fish ever ask for other fish?
No, I don't think so.
If a fish
What do you
eats a
need for
fish,
this?
would that be cannibalism?
No. They do that already.
Yeah, they do that, but is it cannibalism?
We should go down to the mines.
That's a good question, Mimi, because if we eat a monkey, it feels wrong. And if a fish eats like another type of fish, it feels it's similar. But for some reason,
Yeah.
if a whale eats like krill, I feel like they're pretty distant. I guess because a whale's a mammal and not really like a fish, but I don't know.
Those are some specifics.
There's a lot going on here.
Jack's presence is getting to me.
I think it is. Mimi's asking the questions now. Oh yeah, I'm
Okay.
in the mines. I'm on level... What level is this? Can't see under my... 73 for any reference.
Okay.
And I think they're only from 71 and 79.
Okay.
Oh, we'll have to refresh the mines then.
Yeah.
Aren't they in Skull Cavern too?
Probably.
Yeah, they are.
I just remember more mummies there, because the mummies are annoying, because they, like, come back up.
That is true.
But skeletons are probably there for sure.
I'm gonna have to Google the fish, because I feel like I might be missing one. Because of, like, the menu.
Okay. I need stone anyways, so this works out.
Get up! Get up! Stop! Oh, Where's Jody?
Do 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 do. If only they put iridium in these caves, that'd be nice.
Really would.
Did you guys keep any of the perch?
Yeah. They're in the fish drawers. Boxes.
Okay, let me Google the fish first. Green fish.
A secret note.
Oh, okay. I've got all of them. Okay. Mine time it is.
I'm gonna leave the mines. We need to refresh it. I just went through all the levels.
Okay. I'm climbing out.
I'm not surprised that you're tired, Jack. I'm surprised you're even
Yeah.
awake right now. You were up when it was
Okay.
like nearing afternoon for me. That is very late for you. Oh, I'm also... You know what? I'm gonna pick up some of the warps. So that we can actually use them. Your game is kind of quiet. Hold on.
Is it muted?
It's not muted, but I turned it down for myself so that I can hear you guys better, but when I turn it down for myself, it turns it down for stream too. The
Yeah.
other
Oh.
games don't do that, but Stardew does it for some reason.
Okay, I got my stone that I needed.
There we go.
Do, do.
Should I go to the mines even though it's 6 p.m.?
Mm.
What level are you at, Pilot?
I'm at 73.9 right now.
Okay. I'll go to 75.
Good idea. I think we only need we only need 2 more, so we're in good shape.
I did that pretty quick.
Yeah, I think I got really lucky. I found like 20 on my first day.
Wow.
Nice.
Oh, yep.
Yay! We're rich!
Heck
We are
yeah.
very
Almost $1 million
rich.
again. We'll be at 1,000,000 in a bit. After today, I think. Actually, it's 100, not 1,000,000.
Have we ever been at 1,000,000?
Mm.
Church.
Gotta get rid of some of this coffee. Do 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 do.
I don't think I've actually slept much this weekend at all. Well, you've been playing Marvel Rivals for 2 days
For like,
straight. That's
yeah,
why.
yeah.
Uh-huh.
There was choices made. You're gonna be in so
Thank you
much
for
sleep
the
debt this week.
stretch.
Thanks for the hydrate.
And hydrate.
I'm really tempted to ask my husband to make dino nugs.
I have like 20 hours now on Marvel Rivals, I think, but like, you guys just. You guys played a lot. Did I sort out everything? I think so. Let's see. Provis, Jody, and then Kent. And then I'll go for. Hmm. I'll go for Haley because she's already on the farm.
I still only have 2 hearts with Sam, and that's it. There's a pizza still sitting in the fridge for him. We need to get Mimi's house upgraded.
I'm gonna be right back.
Okay.
I had put
Take your
something in the
time.
oven, so just gonna take it out.
Sounds Gucci. We need 100 hardwood and 65k.
I think we're okay
And
with
then
the
100.
money, but the wood, we do
Yeah.
not have wood.
It's not that hard to grind out. 17 from the secret forest each time. And that's like every day.
Do they grow back every day though?
Mm-hmm. They do.
Mimi, do you have the Hitman game where you assassinate Santa?
Oh,
No. I
that's
don't.
just Hitman 2016. It's a DLC,
That's
actually, I think.
Oh my god. I plan on getting one of the Hitman games. I don't plan on playing like the entire series, but just for the Mimi is an assassin thingy, I I want to play one of the Hitman games. I haven't
I
decided
wouldn't know
which
which one
one.
to recommend, but they go on sale a lot.
They do.
Like real cheap.
Yeah, I've seen them for like $1.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know which one to pick up though. We'll see.
I know the Santa one's the one with Italy. That map, I think.
Italy?
It's the one with the fashion show.
Hitman World of Assassination is all 3 games? Oh, that's good to know.
Now there's just fishing info on the TV.
How do we get this new channel?
I don't know. It just
I
popped up one
got
day.
I got a mail from Pam that was like, "Oh, there's this channel on TV, blah blah blah." I think
I didn't
that's
even read it.
that's why. I didn't read the entire thing, but it was talking about some new channel. It'd be better if this was like in the menu for the fish though. Can we see it there? No. I've never caught a snail. Huh? I've also never caught an octopus.
Sailor, did we have the same exact idea?
Yeah, to go get hardwood for
Yeah.
the upgrade. Yeah.
I'll find the worms out. Now that I'm here, I'll fight the slimes for you.
Nah, we could tag team these things. Oops. Here, just hit them. Smash him with the axe. Cut him in half.
That goes on sale for like $20. I think I've seen it for like $5 because my Steam
Yeah.
is a bit cheaper.
I do highly recommend waiting until the winter sale for the Hitman games for sure, because they
Yeah.
will literally put them on sale for like hella cheap. Even the newer games, like they'll be a couple bucks, but like some
Yeah.
of the other games, they'll be like cents in USD. They'll be like 20 cents for like the older ones. It's insane.
What am I doing?
Oh, the crow's not here. They're fun games though. You would have a blast with them because like you can't take them seriously. And
Really?
it's just so funny. Yeah. Cuz I mean like you're running around as a bald dude with a freaking barcode tattoo on the back of your head. Oh, is it his birthday? I think I just gave coffee to the wizard on his birthday. Nice.
Oh, it's his birthday?
Nice.
Okay. I should give
Yeah.
him something too.
I guess. If you make it out here, huh? But yeah, there's like there
He
there
and
is
the
like a
dwarf
main
are gonna
quest.
be like the last ones that I get my
Oh, I never
relationship up
talked to the
with.
dwarf. I never talked to the dwarf.
I never talk to either one of them. They're too far away.
Oh, I can go into Leah's house. There's so many cutscenes I'm just going because I'm figuring out I can go into people's houses.
Hitman Hitman World of Assassination works differently. Part 1 is the one that was on sale for like $2, and part 1 is only Hitman 3. So is it like DLC then? For the other
The
two
Santa thing,
games?
yeah. I don't know how it works. It's weird. I would just get World of Assassination if you're trying to get all of them in one spot, I guess. I'm going into your son's room.
Oh, I forgot I was there for Caroline. Hold on.
I also realized maybe I should talk to these people.
Caroline. No, it is the wizard's birthday.
Oh. Is Emily gonna dance? Emily danced for me.
Play the B movie game. I don't have
Nice.
the B movie game.
Honestly, it's probably not worth it.
I don't even have a PS.
I just watch you just vanish. Let's see. Does Krobus actually like coffee?
Oh, I doubt it.
Do you like coffee?
He loves void mayo
Nah.
though. He uses it as moisturizer. Well, he
He
eats half of it
he
and then
told
he
me thank
uses the
you.
other half as moisturizer.
That's gross. That's so gross.
Be nice to him. He's trying his best. How do I get an octopus? Hold on. I gotta 100% these fish. Let's see. What fish am I missing? Um, octopus. Oh, it has to be summer.
Mm.
Okay, what else am I missing? Thing after stonefish. Oh, hold on. Oh, the order is different.
Why do you close at 3, Harvey? The fuck?
Oh, I'm missing the legendary ones. What is the legendary in winter? South end of Arrowhead Island in Cindersnap Forest. Where on earth is that? Hold on.
Mm.
Arrowhead
Um,
Island?
Arrowhead Island. I'm trying to remember because I remember going after the fish. It's either you know where you had to cross the bridge under Marnie's house to get to that little piece of land. It's there,
Yeah.
or it's in the pond with the dock. I don't know. I forget.
Oh. What does it say? South end of Arrowhead Island. South is down, I think.
Oh, yeah, yeah, it is the little island. There it is.
The little island?
I
Hold on.
sent you a picture in our Stardew
Oh.
chat to where it is.
Okay. Hold on. Okay. This is not the Arrowhead Island. Can I make this wider? I can't make it any wider. Okay. I'm lost.
gonna mute myself for just a little bit. I'm just gonna munch for like
Okay.
5 minutes.
Okay.
Where is Hat Mouse? Oh wait, is it here? Oh yeah. Actually, no, wait, is it? Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah. It is. What is your question,
Yes, I do.
Jack?
And I do play Forza, yes. I haven't played it in a while, though.
Oh my gosh, that is the legendary. Okay, yeah. Ah. I'm gonna lose it, yeah. Oh, it's
Jesus
marked on the
Christ.
map.
No, because in Forza I wreck a lot. I'm actually, like, not good at Forza really at all.
Oh my gosh! What is this fish?
A wild fish.
Oh my god. Oh, I am not. No. I'm not a good enough fisherman for this. At least it's like, I think it's guaranteed that it'll always be the legendary, because I haven't caught anything else.
Well, you wouldn't be the Drift King in Forza because Forza Motorsport is not built for drifting, and I don't think Forza Horizon 5 is also built for drifting either, really. It's probably easier to drift in Horizon 5, but they are not made for that. Especially Motorsport. Those are cars built for straightaways and technical turns, not drifting. Drifting actually is not a good thing to do in those games. You're the Drift King in a different racing game.
I
But
drift.
but we have a Drift King amongst my little racing group, and he does not win races, really. Because he tries to drift so much. And it's fun, yes, but you ain't winning a race in motorsport with drifting.
Hello, welcome. I hope you're doing well.
Welcome in. Don't mind Jack.
I love how that's her reaction whenever somebody comes in. We're like, don't mind Jack. He's just here. Oh gosh, I'm going after this legendary. Okay, this is my new mission. My new mission is to get the legendaries. I think that was a bit too far.
Okay, back.
Welcome back,
Hi,
Violet.
Soren. Thank you. I inhaled a piece of shepherd pie. It was so good.
This is delicious. I love
I
shepherd's pie.
wonder if there's like tackle or
Oh, it's
something
midnight?
that helps with the legendaries.
It probably. It's almost 1 a.m. though, by the way.
I am prepared. I have warp totems.
Oh, nice. Cool.
Thanks for checking in, Sam, and also Soren.
Hello. It's 4 of
Hello.
us today.
There's 4 of us today? What?
Our cat's here.
Oh. I will be right back. I'm gonna run to the bathroom.
Take your time.
Brown, she's the best waifu ever. I love her so much. Sorry.
I don't have any quests. Okay. What is your question, Jack? Feast of the Winter Star. My friend is Pierre. I don't know what he likes. I'm probably gonna forget about him. Could someone drift on a horse? Depends on your definition of drifting. Oh, I can't go in.
Mm.
Hello, Krobus. Like what cars do, but this time it's a horse? I mean, I can't envision a horse drifting like a car. Because it doesn't have wheels. And you kind of need that in order to drift. Okay. I'm gonna continue going after this legendary. Well, yeah, it does have feet, but... Can you drift, Jack? I almost called you Jeff. Oh my gosh.
At this point, he might as well be. That's who he is for 36 hours.
I'm the drift king? Of course I can drift. So you drift without a car. You just drift.
I see what you're talking about with the crabs now.
The crabs?
In Willie's house. Yeah, the crabs in Willie's house. I think Sailor was talking about earlier.
Oh my gosh. Oh. Is there a tackle or a bobber or something that can help me?
Pilot, I have a question. What is it, Jack?
It's so cold still.
I'm gonna make myself a trap bobber. Actually, I will do that tomorrow.
You can do it now.
I don't want to walk back and then walk back here.
It's only 50 though in the game.
Nah. Lazy.
I didn't see what my secret friend was.
Mine is Pierre, but I'm gonna forget about that.
Give him coffee.
Good idea.
Everyone likes coffee except for the children.
That's too far, I think.
So I saw this one movie where this lady turned a snowman into like her ideal guy. And he came to life, kind of like Frosty the Snowman, but not Frosty the Snowman.
See the snowman?
Uh,
Is it possible to make a snowman come to life?
no.
Oh, Jack, what movie is this? Now I'm curious.
Sounds like
Unstinking
some Hallmark
completed.
movie.
That would make sense.
Mhm.
Spaghetti sounds so good, John. I want spaghetti too.
Sup? Here's a coffee.
This coffee thing is like your new strawberries. You used to give everyone strawberries,
Yeah.
and now you moved on. Thank you for the follow, Nuxtio. That's where I'm gonna stop because I can't pronounce that. Thanks for the follow, Nuxtio.
Luxtio
Hot
Aztec Gaming? Azteca
Frosty
Gaming?
is not something I wanted to hear.
Hola, ¿cómo estás? Estoy bien. Muchas gracias. ¿Y tú? Me alegro mucho de que estés bien. Oh, you hope that I'm very good? Thank you. Yo estoy bien, gracias por preguntar. Yeah, no problem. Thank you for asking. Sorry, Violet, but I haven't eaten in the last 24 hours, so it's all for me. Next time, next time. Definitely eat. That's concerning, John. I'm glad you're eating now, though.
Taylor, you were right. I give up. I'm going to the farm to get myself a bobber.
Mm-hmm. It's 4 p.m. now.
Bobber is
Yes.
bobber.
Que buen español. Gracias, gracias.
Where the crap is Maru? I never see her, ever.
What is your question, Jack? Oh. Crap bobber. And then cork bobber.
Zach, I don't have the vocabulary for that.
Oh.
I thought you spoke Spanish. I don't. I have very basic elementary Spanish. I do not know how to say drift in Spanish. I don't know how to say king either. You'll be like, yo soy drift king and el. I don't know nation, but I know worlds, and that's better. So, yo soy drift king and el mundo. There, you got half. You got half of it. It's better than average. Thank you.
I like how Jack claims all these titles.
There's no proof either. Where is the driving stream, huh, Jack? They
That's
saw
so
me
true. Where is
drive.
it?
Where is
At
you
least I
driving?
did. At least I did driving streams and with Forza.
You have done Forza streams. Oh my gosh. Fish. I don't know if I'm fighting this fish or if this fish is fighting me. I think we're just mutually fighting each other. I got it! I got the legendary. Nice.
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 Okay. Here you as a taxi driver? Oh, okay. I will figure that out once I make it to Yakuza 5. Ooh, what is the thing getting built behind the fish? The fish
Oh,
pond.
fish pond.
Oh, 2 fish ponds?
Another one.
Didn't we already
Yeah.
have 2 fish ponds?
No.
Oh. Hold on, I
Just
have a
have
lot
the
of
one.
fish.
Dino nugs. Dino nugs.
I think I have some leftover pizza, and I am definitely eating that after stream.
Maybe I'll give Clint the star drop tea.
We have an ancient sword. Do I just sell this?
A what?
Ancient sword?
An ancient sword?
Yeah. It's an
Oh.
artifact.
I
Huh?
don't think I have one. I think I sold all of mine.
Should I sell it?
You probably can.
Okay.
Yeah, if you can't give it to Gunther, then just sell it.
Oh. Hold on. Did I
Oh.
check? Okay,
Well, I was
yeah,
just
I
looking at
can't
your
give it to
screen and I didn't.
Gunther.
Yeah, I was just scoping at your screen and I didn't see it say Gunther.
What is the question, Jack? More fabric! Do
There's a
you
ton more in the
think
shed.
I can combine a cork bobber with fabric?
I don't know.
What if I used my legendary fish to make clothing? Oh, I can't. Sad.
Oh, did you actually catch it?
Oh, yeah, I did. I got a gold star one.
Nice.
It's pretty easy with the bobber that slows them down. What
I
did
have
I
been back
make?
nugs. Hehe.
Eggies! I'm
I don't
making
have
so
enough,
many things.
like, vocabulary left in my brain to even sign that.
How do I say
Honestly.
LeBron, my glorious king, is the GOAT and the greatest athlete and greatest human of all time in Spanish?
I don't have anything for you, Jack. I also don't have the vocabulary for that.
Oh. What?
I can,
Hold.
I have.
Oh. Oh my
Oh.
gosh. Where are you
Oh.
guys? Where are
Wait,
you
Bed.
guys?
it's 1:30. Do you want us to come out and see?
Hold on. Where is Sailor's bed?
I'm in my. Oh my
Hello,
god, I
Sailor.
can see you. What is this mask on your face?
I need more clothing.
I'm scared of what Mimi has become.
Oh my god, I don't even know how to describe it. Like, it reminds me of something, and I don't know how to describe it. She's wearing the warp totem on her face.
Really?
And
Wait.
she sawed the log in half. That's the wrong way, Mimi.
Wait, hold on.
And strapped it
It's
to
hard
her
to
face.
see. It's
Listen,
hard to
mine.
see with this log.
I have a mask too. Oh my god, so silly.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Oh
What
my
was
god.
on your face? What was that?
Oh, here you go.
Oh my gosh.
I'm a skeleton. I just I guess I
Oh.
killed too many and I gave you one.
I'm deceased. I'm gonna go to the
Oh.
grave in the corner. Oh my god. That's so freaking funny. Yes, we know other languages, but we're not like super fluent in them. I haven't used my sign language, my American Sign Language thought brain language in like what 5 years in like a dedicated way where I could keep the vocabulary. I have not used it in like 5 years. I've lost a lot of words.
It's hard when you like don't have anyone to use a language with.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Mimi knows.
Why did you have to mention that? Now he's gonna ask me something.
Mimi knows about how people learn languages.
See,
Because
even
you're
you could
a
ask
linguistics
about
major.
that. Yeah.
Wait,
Why
is
would-
the Squid Fest back? The Squid Fest is back?
That's different, I think. That's like
Or is it
you
just
just
still
have an
there?
increased chance of catching a squid.
Oh.
I need a wooden. I need wood. Hold on. Hold on. Hang on.
I need a coconut.
Oh, I need a coconut too, but I can deal with that later. This is more important. Let's see. What is your
I have a lot
question,
in my
Jack?
inventory.
Mm.
But I can come back and give you guys some if you don't find them by the time I get back.
There's one in the shed.
Oh, nice.
But say that you're a genius and you know every language. That's a lie. That is not possible for me. I am not a polyglot. I have a hard time keeping up even just trying to learn German.
How do I say LeBron, my glorious king, ruler of basketball, and leader of Earth, but in Turkish? You're gonna have to let me think about that one.
If I remember correctly, Turkish isn't your first language?
It is my first language. I grew up bilingual, so both English and Turkish are like my first languages. The problem is they're very different languages, so it's very hard to translate one into the
True.
other.
Yeah, that makes sense. A polyglot with a G is someone that knows like multiple languages. Like, I don't know what number it is, but I've
I
typically
think
seen
anything
people.
about 3, but you could just say any like once it's above
Yeah.
2, you could say you're a polyglot, but usually they say it after 3 because trilingual is a word, so it goes bilingual, trilingual, and then polyglot.
Okay, makes sense. It's a lot, honestly.
It's a
To learn
lot,
languages.
honestly. I'm currently learning Portuguese. It's going. I don't know if it's going well, but it's going.
Hmm. I don't remember what I wanted to do. I guess it's still here.
Oh, I made a dress.
Hi, Jack. That's terrifying. Seeing that across the pier.
Hey, where did my dress go? Oh, there it is.
Jack says, "Hey Sailor, did you know there's another person with the same username as you?"
I don't even know how to respond to that right now.
I wouldn't know either.
How do I put on a dress? Oh. Oh, those are bottoms. Okay, that's not a dress.
It's a skirt.
Yeah, that's a
Is it?
skirt.
It's like a two-piece?
No, it's just a skirt, but it's called a dress.
Oh.
It might honestly be how they had to piece it together for the game.
But it didn't give me the top part, so I don't know how to make the top part. I think I spent the entire day putting together an outfit. It's okay. This is important.
There's an outfit for the mask.
Yes.
I've not caught a single squid.
Same.
I don't think the Squid Fest is around. I think he's just there.
Oh, okay.
No!
Oh man, I need to catch squids for this quest. Very sad. I don't think it will happen. But here we go anyway. Let me talk to him. And if he says like...
He acts like he's there for it. But like there's nobody around fishing.
Yeah. Is this a glitch?
It might be glitched because
I
it
don't
should be
know.
over by now. It was only 2 days.
Kind of funny.
Is like the guy for it still there?
Jack, are
Yeah,
you
but...
asking the difference between a skirt and a dress? I'm just trying to figure it out.
I just caught a squid.
Nice.
And I... Is it outside of squid hours? Oh no, it is. It is squid hours. 6 p to 2 a.m. That makes sense. That's why I haven't caught any until now.
The difference between a skirt and a
It was
dress
right
is a
about it
dress
being from
has
6 p.m. to 2 a.m.
a dress has like the skirt bottom and then the top also like attached to themselves. So it's one piece of clothing for your whole body basically, and then the skirt is just the bottom part.
Oh, I can't make different color totem masks.
Sag.
This was
That's
very
sad.
important to me.
And now you sound so like hurt.
I'm very sad about this. Truffle oil, sure, why not? One day I'm gonna pull up the wiki and just make everything I haven't made yet.
Wouldn't be a bad idea.
What is your question, Jack? Wait. Oh, okay. I don't know if I put my diamonds. I'm gonna put my character to bed and continue looking at this fish stuff. See what I gotta catch. Let's see.
Actually checking on the animals.
If aliens ever made contact with Earth, I think LeBron should represent all of Earth. That is not a question, Jack. That's a statement. I disagree with your statement. I don't I don't think that's a great idea.
Yeah, probably not.
Have I gotten a Dorado? I think I have. Let's skip. Ooh, Stingray. We need Ginger Island for that. Yeah, I think I just have the Ginger Island ones and then the legendary ones.
Yeah, we need to finish the Ginger Island one. I don't remember
Oh,
what we
wait,
needed
there's a
left.
legendary fish 2 thing. What is this? During She's extended family quest. What is that quest? Hold on. She's extended family quest? Wait, how do we get these? Oh, on Ginger Island. Okay.
Oh, thank you for the hydrate, Twilight.
Was it just the hardwood that we needed?
Yeah, just the hardwood. I think we need 200 total. Thank you for the stretch and the hydrate. I wonder what this is. Oh, oh, that's cute. It tells you who your like villager for the gifting thing is on like your profile in the corner.
Yeah.
And it looks really cute.
The fish pond did get finished, so whoever wants to add a fish in of their choice can add that one.
You kind of want to do a blobfish.
You can if you want to.
Have you seen the movie The Santa Claus with Tim Allen? No. I have not. Midnight Carp, sure. I don't remember how to catch it, but we'll figure it out.
I feel like a midnight carp is... I don't know, I've caught it in like a really weird spot before.
I've caught it before, but I don't know where I need to go to catch it.
I think I've caught it in the river before. No, I don't really remember that movie if I've seen it or not, to be honest. I didn't really care for them to really go out of my way to watch them. I liked the stop motion Christmas movies better.
Does Jody like coffee?
Yeah.
I don't know where I put my diamonds for her. I probably accidentally put them back in the chest. The one where Tim Allen accidentally kills Santa.
Yeah, that's in like the trailer,
Why?
I think.
Why is everybody killing Santa?
Yeah.
I vaguely remember that. I think I saw that when I was like a tiny kid.
I think I'll do one more day and then call it a day. I want to
Sounds
have
good.
food before I sleep.
Damn,
Come on.
spooky.
I want to go into the saloon. Please open your doors.
Me too. Are you trying to give Gus his coconut?
Yeah. I got one from the trash can. I'm gonna give him that one and keep the one I brought from the farm.
That's funny.
I'm in.
Yeah.
Where is he?
Yeah. There he is.
I wonder who
Gus!
unlocks the door. Oh wait, no, not Pilot. Actually, no, Pilot, you can have the one that's clean.
The one
It's
that's
okay.
clean.
I have too
There
many
you go.
coconuts. I collect them for Haley.
That's the trash can one. Okay, now for this midnight carp. Let's see. Midnight carp. Stardew.
Oh, you have to fish from 10 p.m. to 2 a.m. Wow. I'm gonna grab a farm totem.
Mountain Lake. Okay. Maybe I should get married to Leah.
Do you have the thing?
No.
And
I
it's, like,
gotta
never
get
raining.
the thing first.
I thought we had a second cow. Oh, we do.
Tyler, I have a question. What's your question?
The rest of the movie, Tim Allen is slowly turning into Santa? Is it like a zombie virus where they just slowly get Santified?
No. He just kind of starts getting fat and growing a beard. Hair turns white. Starts
Oh, it
laughing
just
like
gets
him.
older.
Yeah, but it's very quick.
We got another Jack be nimble, Jack be thick book.
Oh my god. I get a million of those books. I don't think they do anything anymore.
I don't think they do anything either. Good morning, Jay. Thank you for the lurk.
Hi,
Morning,
Jay.
Enjoy
Jay.
your day.
Yeah.
Jack be
Jack be
nimble,
nimble,
Jack be
Jack be
thick.
thick. It is straight up the name of the book, and they're freaking everywhere. I was also
We've,
like, the fuck?
we've gotten
Why do I
so
keep
many of
finding this
them.
book? Exactly. I'm like, why do I keep finding this book? So much coffee. Oops.
Do you know that one Christmas movie with the Heatmeister and Snowmeister?
Yes.
No, I do not. Sailor
I do
does.
not either.
I love that movie. Was it, Year Without a Santa Claus? Yeah. Year Without a Santa Claus.
Oh, I gotta give
Where
her
are our
gift.
farm totems, by the way?
In the farm thing. Green
Yeah.
chest in the shed.
There should be like
Oh.
25 or something. I picked up 10 of them.
Ooh.
Uh,
Thank you.
I think I talked to everybody I had to talk to. Jody, Crovis, Kent, yes. Hello, Grandma
Have you
Evelyn.
seen have you seen the movie Violet Night? No, I haven't. What kind of movie is that?
Hello, Robin. Oh, hi, Violet.
Hello. Whoa, this fish is oh, I
This is
gotta
a
lock
very
in.
crazy fish. Oh my gosh.
Same. Basically John Wick. Oh, it's a lingcod. Oh, of course.
Lingcods are
John
up
Wick
here
but Christmas
too?
version. Yeah, I didn't know.
I think the midnight carp is kind of hard to catch too. But might be easier than lingcod.
The one with I'm Mr. White Christmas. I'm Mr. Cool. I'm Mr. Icicle. I'm Mr. 10 Below. My friends call me Snow Miser. Whatever I touch turns to snow. I don't know why you can like quote that so well, but I really respect that.
it's so good. They call me Snow Miser. What is it? Hold on.
It's a song?
I'm Mr. White Christmas. I'm Mr. Cool. I don't know the tune to it, but it is the song he sings. There's Snow Miser and Heat Miser, and it's like I'm Mr. Green Christmas. I'm Mr. Hot or Heat or something like that.
Mr. Hot.
Um, I shouldn't have said it like that. Yeah. It's so good and they dance and everything. It's great. It's a great stop motion one. I highly recommend watching it. It's A Year Without a Santa Claus. Santa Claus gets sick and this little town is like, "Oh my god, Santa Claus isn't coming." Like, "Oh no." Kind of thing. And then the elves try to go do something and they have to go get Mrs. Claus's help. And Mrs. Claus is like, "Okay, well now we got to go to the Miser brothers to try to help out the town to have them have a day with snow." That's what they wanted. But they're like super, it's like Florida South. They ain't getting snow ever, naturally. And they go to the Miser Brothers to be like, can you make it snow just for Christmas? Like, can you guys not like fight and like, let them have a snow day and stuff? And they're like, no. So they go to their mom, Mother Nature. It's so good.
Midnight carp. How many do you need?
Nice.
Just one.
That motion terrify you? How do they terrify you? I get that they're kind of weird. Like, I can feel that, but I'm like, how? How so? Enlighten me, if you don't mind.
I love how in all of these Christmas movies, something unfortunate happens to Santa Claus. He's either getting murdered, he's getting sick, he's getting kidnapped, something's happening to him.
There's one where he doesn't. Rudolph, he doesn't.
Midnight Carp.
Nothing happens to him.
Nice. He goes to prison.
Oh, I see.
He goes to prison?
Yeah.
For what?
Oh, for making toys without a license or something? Why does this sound vaguely
No,
familiar?
because this one's funny. That one's funny. I don't remember the name of that one, but he's making toys for the kids, and the Burgermeister doesn't want the kids to have kids or have toys and stuff, so he outlaws them, but he continues to make toys and starts delivering them through the chimneys, and that's how like the legend of Santa Claus comes up for this little town. And he goes to jail. He gets caught, but then
Oh
he
my
gets busted
goodness.
out by his girlfriend.
Oh my god.
He does.
Oh,
The
I
story
love
of
that.
Santa. I don't remember the name of that one, though.
There's
Oh,
a
it's
recent
almost
one that
midnight.
was very nice, but
Oh,
I
it is
don't
midnight.
remember the name. It was like an animated one. It's a new one. It's not one of the old ones. I forgot
Yeah.
the name though.
Yeah, he befriends the snow wizard. Oh, I love those movies.
1:30.
I can feel that analog horror thing, though. I can understand
Mhm.
that. One foot in front of the other. Da, 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 da. I've actually never watched the movie, but I've also never cared for like the story either. Like, grandma gets ran over by Santa Claus's reindeer and then basically has to like live with it.
Compensate.
Like, I don't remember if he does anything or not. My headphones are like falling apart. Uno más. Does it remind you of your own actions too much? Jesus Christ, Jack. I should have
Oh my
never ran with
gosh.
that bit. What?
Gus, I'm having a cutscene with Gus and he started a fire without a stove.
Oh
Oh.
yeah, with his pot of sauce. I had that too.
Yeah.
I don't really know why I'm just making materials.
Oh my gosh, we have so many jukeboxes now.
Me too. Can we play like 3 different songs at the same time?
Can we make a mashup?
Yeah.
I think there's a fourth one in my house too.
Oh no, it changes everything. Very sad. The possibility was there.
And
There
you
was
went
so much
back.
potential.
You went back to the side.
Of course. It doesn't feel like home without it anymore.
Mm.
What's all your favorite Christmas movies? Oh, that's hard.
I don't know if I could pick because it is honestly between the one his origin story, that stop motion one, or A Year Without a Santa Claus.
Some guys from my class are going out for pizza tonight. 3 of them are getting ready by drinking at the bar. Oh, they're pre-gaming for pizza?
Pizza.
The Grinch is up there for me. The Grinch is great.
I like the live action Grinch the most with what's his face? Jim Carrey.
I don't know if I've seen that, but it looks so fun.
It is
Hi.
hysterical.
I'm glad I'm hanging with you guys instead. Oh, thank you, John. We're happy you're here too.
Oh.
And hi, Apex.
Where did Apex show up?
Hello, Apex.
Oh, hey, Apex. How you doing? We were talking about Christmas movies. We just watched Die Hard last night, too. I actually, like, I kind of feel bad. I didn't pay attention to most of Die Hard when we watched it last night, because I was just so distracted. I started crocheting to, like, occupy my mind. And I finished the ball of the body part, I guess, of the we have no hay. Oh my god.
Oh. Oh, that's not good. Uh-oh. Our animals.
We'll be fine. We'll just get him some hay. It'll be fine. They've been through worse.
I think this is the first day. I think we caught it early. I guess I'm glad that I came in here then. Okay.
Alright, I'm at Marnie's. I can buy some.
I buy a lot. I think it's like 250 or 230. I think that fits in the silo.
230. Okay. I will get on that.
Oh, whoops.
Hey, 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 hey.
We need grass. We need grass.
7 more days, and then we'll have so much grass, it's not even funny.
Seeing money depleting
How
so
do I-
fast hurts my soul. Oh, John, wait until the start of the season. Wait until Sailor starts to buy seeds.
I still have some room left over. I'm used to Girl Company not watching my movies with me. I don't know. I was so distracted. I was like, I can't. I can't. I'll watch it at some point. I'll watch it again.
Enjoy your breakfast, Apex.
Yeah, have a good breakfast.
Have a good time.
Home Alone is pretty great, I will say.
Oh,
What's playful?
Mistia, welcome.
Hi, Missia.
So many bars. So many bars.
This song makes me so sad. I don't know why.
What's the song called?
It's called Music Box Song.
Music box song.
Actually, it might be the romantic scene song, but I don't know why. It makes me very sad.
Oh.
Cute. Oh, this is a wedding theme. I don't think I would have guessed it.
Oh.
It's so upbeat. I got trapped in my bathroom at 3 a.m. this morning. What? What
Oh
happened?
no. Oh no.
What if we just have a random song every time we come home?
That'd be
Whenever we
great.
go in, we change the song.
there's a option. It says randomize, so I'm assuming it'll
Really?
just change every time.
Mhm.
I really hope that it does
Unless the
that.
song is literally called randomize. That would be kind of crazy.
Dude, where did Ken go? Ken? 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 I don't know where Kent is.
Maybe the bar.
No, we came in here together, but then he disappeared.
Oh.
Oh,
I don't
he's
know then.
here. Hi, Kent. Okay, now for the mayo moisturizer.
Thanks for the follow,
Oh, thank you for
Xander.
the follow. Welcome, welcome.
He was greeted by me sitting on the carpet with another screwdriver in my PJs looking very sad. Oh no!
Mhm.
I'm glad you got out. That sounds horrifying. How long were you in there? Evelyn wants a midnight carp that I totally put away and forgot. Hopefully I can get to her house on time. 45 minutes, that's so long. My brother only found me because he was out really late and got home. Oh no. I'm glad that happened and he
This is
like
the
I'm
best.
glad he found you.
Oh, this song reminds me of uh Earthbound.
Do we hear the same one? It's like da 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 da.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, the one for the egg hunt.
Mm-hmm.
Oh
It
yeah.
reminds me of the desert, actually,
Oh, it
in
does.
Earthbound. I can make sashimi. Nice.
Side of the bathroom, so I just don't shower anymore. That's crazy. That's so funny. He walks down the hallway and hears me sadly warble. I can't get up. Oh my goodness. Was there no one else at home too? That sounds so rough. I totally miss Evelyn. She doesn't get her midnight carp. They are all knocked out. Help. Completely asleep. Okay, so valid.
Question: would you rather work the night shift at Freddy Fazbear's Pizza or look for Slenderman in a dark forest. I think I'd go with the night shift at the Freddy
Yeah.
Fazbear's place.
Yeah. I'm not a fan of either, but I'm less of a fan of the
I mean, you can't really
um
hide in the forest either.
yeah.
It's like, it's that runner. That's so funny. Question. Oh, did yeah? I don't know.
At least robots can die. Yeah.
Oh, midnight.
Doo-doo-doo-doo.
What is your question, Jack? Go ahead. I love your excitement. What is the question?
I'm going to forget I need to fix that later.
Alright.
Oh, we have a baby pig. Oink.
Baby
Hey, bird.
pig. Oh, I'm sleepy.
Copy? Cappy.
Happy. Oh.
Cappy. It's a lot of money.
Mhm.
I think I'll
A
call it a day
roach.
here.
Sounds good.
Very sleepy. Very tired. Let's see. Let's switch over here. Love your ginormous mug. Thank you so much. I have endless hot cocoa now. Endless hot chocolate.
It's so good.
If you were raised by elves, not like Christmas elves, but like Earth Day elves, do you think if they made a movie on you like how they did Elf, would your movie be just as successful? It would be more successful than that. Thank you for joining us, everybody.
Yeah,
Yeah.
thank you. This is so fun as usual.
I
Oh,
love
You're being
Stardew
an eco
Sundays.
terrorist. And you're making a very different movie. Oh man.
Dang.
Oh my gosh.
Whoa, Twitch has like a it has suggested collapse panel too now
Really?
No?
Oh!
for
Yeah, I
media
just saw
dub.
Oh.
that. Oh my gosh. That's
I don't
kind of
ever do
scary.
collabs on the
What if I
fly, but yeah.
accidentally click that and then I'm accidentally inviting somebody to collab with me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great targets. Let's see. A lot of people are alive today.
Yeah. Ooh.
There's so many people. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
A lot of people. Oh, too many people for me to decide. No. It's hard to pick someone specific when there's so many people.
It's so hard.
I mean, I could weigh in with Hope. She's playing Imposter Factory. We were
Oh,
talking about that series earlier.
and it is her like birthday stream, right?
Yeah.
That's a good choice.
Yeah, that's a good choice.
Yeah.
I will set up my raid,
Let's go.
and
Also
here
get-
are here are the raid messages, and it's gonna
Thank you. Thank you,
everyone
Pilot.
is coming through.
I will combine them. I will combine
Yes.
them for everybody.
Sailor will combine, so use that one, guys. For your stream, I really enjoy my stay. Oh, thank you, Twilight. You're always so sweet.
Jack actually beat me to it.
Oh my gosh, I love them both. Yeah, that one has like the emotes that is friendly for all like non-subs too. I like that one. I'm the Drip King. Okay, Jack. Yes, this is evidence that you are the Drip King.
You are the Drift King. That is true. That is correct information.
Alright, thank you everyone for coming. Bye bye bye
Bye bye,
bye.
everyone.
Bye.
Bye bye. Bye bye.